All right, so I want to make this a little bit easier for you to read. So, again, Hebrew national, uh, Hebrew philosophy, history, describing, as they did so well in the Bible in Hebrew, what happened throughout the history of time. Right? The Bible is not a book; it's a library. It's a book of it's a collection of books. So I don't think it's one book. It's literally biblios, right? Bible. It's a library. Originally, it was just the book of Genesis. So he's talking about, whenever we were trying to ask, where did music come from? Who did it and how was it invented? All right, here we go. Two figures have claimed the right of being the first inventors of music. Pythagoras, the first to have defined sound and sound relationships and numerical proportions, represents a classical view on the beginning of musical science. Tubal, the father of them that played upon the harp and the organ, steps out of ancient antediluvian times in Genesis 4, together with his brother Tubal, the father of such as dwells in tents and of herdsmen, his half brother, Tubal Cain, a hammer and artificer in every work of brass and iron, and half sister, blah 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 blah. So right there, I mean, this is at least telling you what I'm saying is based in something, right? Moses says that the inventor of music was Tubal, who was the race of Cain before the flood. And then before that, Cain was as Adam and Eve's son. He had Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel, and then Adam and Eve have Seth to retie that bloodline in, and that's how the bloodline survives outside of Ham. The Greeks say that Pythagoras found its beginning in the sound of hammers and striking of stretched strings. Other reports, Linnaeus, blah 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 blah. Okay, so, I mean, this is stuff that it's. I'm not making it up. Again, this comes from Yuval, which I believe this is one of the sources I'm reading. It's either a journal or it's actually a book. Believe it to be one of those. So anyways, there's lots of this stuff here that I'm presenting to you that here we go. The story of Jubal's musicianship alone consists of three motives, two of which are indeed anchored in the mythical situations of the biblical tale of the three brothers. Jubal invented music in order to delight the shepherds. The descendants of his brother Yabel and Ubal discover the numerical law of musical proportions with the hammers his brother Tubal Cain. It is at this point that the identity of Tubal and Pythagoras is explicitly established. The story of the pillars, which becomes between these two motives, obviously introduces material alien in the Bible. It seems to interrupt the continuity of the Comester's tale, which has provided the Bible of Lamech's son with an etiological background. So yeah, Lamech, that's when they start getting bad, right? Lamech, and then he finally gives his offspring of Nimrod, and then Tower of Babel, right back where we started before the flood. The story of the two pillars, and then that's basically what it is. It's whenever Tubal, he's defined that God is going to destroy the earth twice, once with fire, once with water. They don't know which is coming, so Tubal Cain builds two pillars, one of marble, one of stone. Well, one of those is going to get will be destroyed in water. The other can be destroyed in fire, right? It can act acutely to be dissolved that way, right? So Tubal's like, well, I don't know what order the Lord's going to do it in, but you're going to see one tower after everything's said and done, so that's me taking care of myself, my brother's keeper. I don't need Jesus, God, we don't need those people. Don't worry, you can see my towers, we'll build this brotherhood, we'll be our brother's keeper, we're gonna wear the lambskin, we're gonna have all these crazy rituals, and it's all about some crazy butt sex, and that's what the ritual is, and don't worry, you'll get yours, But yeah, it's just crazy stuff, people. I mean, there's here, and it's kind of what he's showing me. He's teaching me all this stuff, and yeah, cheers.